Hey guys, I'm just down here at the Rifleman's Firearms indoor range, and I've come down today to give the Bergara, with its new barrel, nice new good looking 26-inch Creedmoor, a good run in, do a little bit of load development and see how she's doing at the indoor range here. I've also brought the Bergara B14R in 2.2 to just give it a go at 100 meters in a nice windless environment with the R50. I've come down and I've found the Center X and the Midas on the shelf. So I've decided while I'm here, I'm gonna give them a comparison and see how we get on. So let's go do some shooting. Hey guys, welcome back to the reloading room. We are now back to analyse the groups from the rimfire ammo that I purchased at the Rifleman Firearms indoor range on 2 days ago. I originally just took the rimfire Bergara 2.2 B14R along with me just to give it a run for its money, and I bought a bulk load of these as they were pretty darn good on the last range day we did, comparing all the different ammos. So I got a big block of that. And when I went down to the range, I found these two on the shelf. I've not been able to find them at any of my local shops, but the Rifleman Firearms sold them and they had them on the shelf. So I thought I'd give them a comparison on the day. So let's go and look through the group, shall we? Starting off at 50 meters, we started with the R50, as that is what I've been using previously, and the barrel was conditioned for that. I'd just like to add, in between changing ammo, I did, for instance, each distance I did 50, 75, 100, I did all with the R50, and then I did the same with the Center X and then the same with the Midas, doing a bore snake, and I fired 10 rounds after the bore snake to condition the barrel to each brand's lubricants, to hopefully give it a better chance. So I think most of you will agree, in a 10-shot group you'll normally get 1 to 2 flyers on average from a rimfire. So I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt and give them 1 flyer per group and take an average of the group size, disregarding 1 flyer if we've got one. So the R50 did very good. As you can definitely see, there's 1 flyer up the top here. That's definitely outside of this group. This top one here, I'd like to say that was down to me, to be honest, because then we have got a subsequent 8 shots through this very small group of 8 shots in, worst case, 0.249, and as you'll see looking across, the next biggest group after that 8 shot is the Midas Plus, and that was at 0.317, disregarding that flyer. Anyway, we'll come to that in a minute. So very good group there. I've got to include that one because I'm only allowing 1 shot for a flyer in comparison. So 0.451 for that group there, including this upper one here. Moving across to the LAPUA Center X at 50 meters. Very good for elevation stability. For the one shot I'm giving these two the benefit of a flyer, I'm going to take that one as me pulling it off to the right. So this group here come up and at 0.401 at 50 meters. The Midas, the most expensive out of the lot, I think, is one flyer again, and a very impressive 9-shot group at 0.317. So I'd like to think I could compare both of these. That's definitely a flyer similar to that one, but I think that one was me there on the R50. So that group there of 8 and that group there of 9. Very good standards out of them two. Moving down to 75 meters, the benefit of the indoor rifle range at the Rifleman's Firearms is it's an electronic range, as you see by my pictures and videos. Type in 75 meters and boom, off your target goes down the bottom of the range. Gets down there in 20-30 seconds and off you go. So moving back to the R50, I'm going to take this top one here as the flyer and just take that as a, like I've said, one shot per group I'm allowing for a flyer. So I'm going to take that one, which gave us a center to center group of 0.667 at 75 meters. I did notice that the R50 was traveling slightly faster than these two. It was about right on elevation for these. I must admit, I had a big box over the other side that I was dialing onto to get bang, trying to get bang center before I started sending the groups. That's what I used the 10 shots after each to zero in on a target. And I noticed that this one, when we got down to the 100 meters, required a lot less MOA than the LAPUA Center X and the Midas. So the R50 is traveling a little bit faster, I believe. Moving on to the LAPUA Center X, I'm going to say that one is the flyer, because that is a fairly good average size of a group there with those 9, and that group is 0.763. Not bad. This one here, very consistent. As you can see, again, one flyer up here, and that one did sound a lot different to these ones. It must have been traveling a fair bit faster, I can imagine. You could definitely hear the audible difference in that shot to the rest of them. But that one there is a very good group. Very similar again. If you look across, the Midas Plus to the R50, very similar. 0.683 out of the Midas Plus. Right, going up to 100 meters. On this one, I'm going to allow sort of 2, because looking at the average, there is 2 shots, especially out of this one and this one, which are out of the group. I know you can't really allow for that, and you should really be allowing them. You should really be using them as part of the group. But when you've got an extra 8, when you've got a further 8 shots right next to each other, I'm going to say that these two are me or a flyer. So this one here, very good consistent group here of 8 on the lower right at 0.084 and 2 flyers. So because I had 2 flyers here, I'm going to allow 2 for the other groups at 100 to try and get a better average of the group size. On the Center X, we have, I'm going to class that one as a flyer and that one at the top. And that gives us a group of 9.28 from that one to that one. The rest of them, very good central. Moving on to the Midas Plus, which I was quite disappointed at actually. It stayed pretty much on par quality-wise for the R50 all the way through until we got to about 100. There's no real standout 1 shot or 2 shots which are outside of the group on here. So you can't really class many as a flyer or a pull, because the group on average is, well, as you can see. So what I've done is disregarded this one to the left, because looking at a average, this one here is slightly off to the right of center of group. Here, this group is slightly off right of center. So 100 meters, that's just going to get magnified and it's slightly off right of center. So I'm going to class this one here on the left as a pull or a flyer. And just to maintain the 2-shot flyer sort of principle, I'm going to go with this top, well, one of these top ones up here, just to give it a fair chance against the other 2. And the group was 1.061, so just over an inch, and that was from center to here, center of the bottom to center of the top. So disregarding that second top one doesn't really matter, I suppose. But we had 2 up there, so you can't really class them as a flyer. So I'm going to say that is the group on this one. So slightly disappointed with the Midas Plus, which is the most expensive box, but it definitely performs at 50 to 75. but I definitely think, again, the R50 has got the edge consistency wise, and it's very good at 100. So I'm quite glad I bought a box of them bad boys. Thanks for watching, guys. Please subscribe, and if there's anything else you'd like to see with me doing with the 2.2 Bergara B14R, then please put your comments below, subscribe, and give us a thumbs up. Thank you very much, guys.